Hey everybody, this is John Hope Bryant, founder, chairman, and chief executive officer of Operation Hope. I'm also author of the best-selling book, How the Poor Can Save Capitalism, Rebuilding the Path to the Middle Class, the solution for the 100%, not the 1%, nor the 99%, the solution for the 100%. Also the book, The Love of Leadership, The New Way to Lead in a Fear-Based World, also a bestseller, and Banking on Our Future, a primer for financial literacy for young people. I'm also CEO of Bryant Group Ventures, an entrepreneur and a businessman and a philanthropic investor. I raise money from my wealthy friends and my partners, and I try to invest it in underserved neighborhoods. For those of you who don't know about Operation Hope, we've invested through our partners more than $2 billion in inner city and underserved neighborhoods. We have 2 million plus clients, 2.6 million clients, most of which I don't know, who have been helped by helping themselves, by lifting themselves up out of poverty, by reclaiming their lives. What do we do at Operation Hope? We reintroduce you back to yourself, to your God-given potential at birth. We make you remember that you are descendants of kings and queens. We make you remember that you are somebody, that you have worth and self-esteem and dignity and respect, and you have an ability to lift yourself up and do whatever you want to do in this world. We are continuing, we think, the tradition of the civil rights movement. We call it civil rights. Civil rights was waged and won in the streets, but civil rights will be waged and won in the suites. Race and color line define the last movement. Class and poverty is going to define this one. The new color is not white, black, red, brown, or yellow, folks. The new color is green, color of U.S. currency. So let's get into this. I've asked the question, Black America, what's your business plan? I'm sorry, what's our business plan? Is this message also for rural white America? Yes, it is. Is this message also for my Latino brothers and sisters? Yes, it is. Is this message also for middle class black folks and brown folks and white folks? Yes, it is. Is this message global, based on the 100 countries I've been to in the world? Yes, it is. Am I picking on black people? No, I'm not. But I'm passionate about black people because I'm black. And I want to help everybody. But we gotta start at home. Charity starts at home. So we need solutions for our community. I see you signing in. More than 5 million viewers to this series, by the way. I'm getting stopped now in grocery stores, like I just stopped a little while ago in parking lots and in hotels and airports, saying, hey man, thank you for this message. Let's keep it going. So this is a Civil Rights Straight Talk series, unbossed, coming to you straight, nonpartisan, coming to you about just simply taking your life back. This is reality TV for grown-ups. So let's have a grown-up conversation. Black America, this is the part 2 piece. I've already done part 1. What's our business plan? I see you all signing in. Tyrone, James, Carolyn, I will come back to you and recognize you. But I'm going to deal with something real serious tonight. You may not like me very much after I finish this conversation. That's okay with me. It's okay if you don't like me. I like me. We have got to make smart sexy again. Quincy Jones says it takes 20 years to change a culture. In the last 20 years, we've made dumb sexy. We've dumbed down and celebrated it. And now we've got to make smart sexy again. It may take 20 years, but we've got to make smart sexy again. So I left the Clinton Global Initiatives meeting today really on a high about taking our lives back and solving problems for our communities. And by the way, there were Republicans there and Democrats and blacks and whites and rich and poor. It was a meeting of all of us. It wasn't a partisan meeting. But the former First Lady wasn't there. It wasn't partisan. It was just a meeting from the Clinton Global Initiative about eradicating poverty, and I'm a founding member of CGI. I'm honored to do it. So I leave there, finding a solution, making commitments. I go to a Wendy's. Now, somebody I love very much. I told them this story. They thought I was being punitive. They thought I was being too harsh. But my response, if you hear the story, is, okay, if I'm being too harsh, then what's the alternative to what I'm about to say? What is the plan we have? You may be telling me I'm being too harsh. I don't really care because I want to solve this problem. And what we've been doing, what I know what we're doing, has not worked. So I'm not giving judgment. I'm not jamming somebody up. I'm just going to tell you what happened. I'm going to ask you a question. So I'm going to Wendy's, to make this story short, just popping in, I love this chili they have. And And then after I, go to pick up my package, the lady at the front counter, she's got a baby, and she, nice enough lady, by the way, seemed to be very pleasant. The people at the counter seemed to know her, like she'd come there often, talk to the baby, so on and so forth. Maybe the baby's a year old. And I walked to the counter. She's got her ATM card like in her hands. I walked to the counter, and right when I get to the counter, she says, "I'm broke." To the lady at the counter, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy anything. I'm broke." I said, "Well, lady's right here, counter's here." I said to the lady, well, how much is it?" "It's $2.50. "Okay, I'll take care of it." So I pulled out my wallet and found a 20. I gave it to the cashier, and I said, "Look, when she gets the change, give it to her." And then I left, right? And she said, "Thank you," and she was pleasant enough. But what she didn't say, "Oh no, don't give me that," or "No, it's okay," or "I shouldn't be eating this stuff at Wendy's anyway," or giving my kid Wendy's for dinner, or "No, I left my money at home," or it was no surprise. It was like it was casual, like it's happened before. Now, this is the part where somebody who I care about says, "Well, you're judging them," and okay, maybe that's true. Here's my question. I left, got in my car, left, right? She can do that once. But if you don't have $2.50 in your bank account, first of all, why are you at Wendy's? Second of all, how are you going to get that kid home? I mean, but here's my larger question. What's our plan? No judgment, no assessment. No, I'm not jamming that woman up. She may have, as it was told, she may have an abusive man at home, beating her over the head. She may be running from, she may have been defrauded. She may have been got her job, fired that day. There could be 1,001 excuses of why she's in that situation. That's not my question. Why are we having children who are at risk because we're at risk? Why are we bringing children in this world if we don't know we cannot protect them, that we cannot lift them up? Brothers, we got to stop being fathers. We can't just be baby daddy. We start being fathers and husbands and responsible. If you can't take care of the kid, write a check. But you cannot. I want to get this T-shirt. There's a lot of love in the word no. I love you, but you need to get a job. Cousin Boo Boo, get off my couch and go get a job. Stop complaining about the white man and racism and go get yourself a job. Right? I'll help you get a job, right? Try. If you cannot call yourself a community leader, not producing community results, you can't, right? If you're going to have the child, young man, take care of them or don't have them. It's no daddy's, what's this daddy's baby, mama's maybe? What's this? What is this? I'm a baby daddy. That is ridiculous to me. You are a mother or you are a father. And how is it do you feel the child's going to think when they grow up saying that's my baby daddy? No, it's not my father. No, we need to start being role models. The book The Tipping Point says that at 5% of role models, every community stabilizes. 5% role models. We model what we see. Why do I wear a suit? My daddy wore a suit. Why do I love myself? My mother told me to. It's not complicated. So if you hang around 9 broke people, you'll be the 10th. You hang around 9 pimps, you'll be the 10th. You hang around 9 women who have babies out of wedlock, you'll be the 10th. We model what we see. This is not judgment, this is math. We need to start doing the math. So here's the business plan question. So we had 7 years of President Barack Obama. I'm not going to be one of the people disrespecting him, not calling him president, okay? 7 years. What have we done with it, Black America? We've protested. We've got Black Lives Matter, which is legitimate. We complained. We've said we've done public therapy. Everybody know we pissed off at everything. We angry at everything, and that doesn't mean you don't have a reason. Nobody cares. Nobody cares you're angry. And no, I'm not angry. I'm frustrated. Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. And we're better than this. Right? We are brilliant. We are amazing, right? The reason they even wanted us to come over from Africa as slaves is because we were agricultural geniuses. And the economy in the South in the 17th century and the 18th century was an agricultural economy, and no one knew how to toil and till that land better than we did. We were geniuses. That's why they wanted us to do that. There's nothing wrong with us. And we've been doing so much with so little for so long, we can almost do anything with nothing. But did we have business people, black business people at the White House? Did we write letters to say, hey, we need a round table of business people to try to create black wealth, black jobs? Black and brown, by the way, not racial, anybody talking? I'm just having to be talking to black America right now. I could be talking to white rural America. And by the way, somebody needs to talk to them. This nutcase Donald Trump is talking to them in the wrong way and racking up their fears and getting them all riled up. All this stuff with him is just about fear and feeding on people's economic insecurity. These people are just as abused, white, male, high school educated, or rural white, whose economy walked away from them 50 years ago with the Industrial Revolution, is upset. And they should have had their economy paid attention to in those local towns, just like black and brown people need their economy paid attention to. We can't be dividing this world. We cannot take any pleasure from the fact there's a hole in my end of our boat, because the ship is, the boat's sinking, and with all of us in it, okay? So we got to stop dividing and try to find our commonality. That's another topic for another time. Back to the topic. What did we ask President Obama for? What did we demand as our agenda? Did we create an agenda? So I'm going to get to why we're in this spot in a moment. I'm going to define poverty for you, because it's not what you think. But that lady needs a business plan. Otherwise, that child's growing up, she's going to be poverty stricken. I mean, she almost has no choice, and her role models are going to suck. We have got to do better. Or we shouldn't bring children. I almost think that parents need a license to have a child. You almost need a license to bring children in this world. You are bringing God's child in this world, and you have a responsibility to give them the very best that the world has to offer. To give them confidence and joy and role. Or they're not a trinket. They're not something to do. Don't bring a child in this world. Use contraceptive. Do something. But don't bring them to this world and subject them to your pain, to your ignorance, to your lack of education. Your brother I saw him he might be watching in the grocery store. He said, "Man, I love your series." He said, "My father told me you got to learn to read and count." Man, that's basic. That is so real. If you cannot operate in this world, you can't read and you can't count. You'd be stunned to hear how many folks in Detroit, where I'm trying to do some work, beautiful people, functionally illiterate, but not just Detroit, all around this country, functionally illiterate. We don't, no, man, I don't want to read a book. No, that ain't cool. No. Being dumb ain't cool. So here it is, all right? Now, I love my people, and I'm pushing us because we can do better. It's not like we had a plan and we screwed it up. It's not like we had a plan and it failed. We don't have a plan. Here's our plan. Ready, fire, aim. Ready, fire, aim. Emotion, anger, frustration, passivity, and then we're so exhausted we don't vote because we don't think it matters. And then the racists, there really are those, they win. Here's poverty. Boom. That's poverty. Let me break it down. It has nothing to do with money. Half of all poverty, and I'm going to get to the solutions, low self-esteem and lack of confidence in yourself. Half of all poverty in the world, low self-esteem and lack of confidence in yourself. If I don't like me, I'm not going to like you. If I don't feel good about me, I'm not going to feel good about you. If I don't respect me, don't expect me to respect you. If I don't love me, I don't have a clue how to love you. And here's the big one. If I don't have a purpose in my life, I'm going to make your life a living hell. Whatever goes around, comes around. So where does this self-esteem and this lack of confidence come from? It comes from 350 years of being oppressed, 250 years of slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow ending in our lifetime, where you told you owned nothing. You had no value. And unfortunately, after generation hearing that, we believe it. I think, and I've said this before, I think that 70% of black America is clinically undiagnosed depressed. And for good reason. So here's the difference. See, I'm not doing one of these situations with you and saying, oh, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. There's nothing wrong. No, I'm saying the world's screwed up. Our communities are screwed up. The criminal justice system is working against you. If you can go to jail for 20 years on marijuana charge, then something's wrong. Yes, I'm saying the world is screwed up. But you got to go around it, over it, through it. I'm saying that life is in the response, that life is 10% what life does to you and 90% how you choose to respond to it. We got to change our response, not react, respond. So, yeah, have a poverty, low self-esteem, and lack of confidence in yourself. If you don't know who you are by 9 in the morning, by dinner time, somebody's going to tell you who you are. The second part of poverty, over here, the Hope Doctrine on Poverty. By the way, you can pull it up on the internet. The Hope Doctrine on Poverty. This is from my book, How the Poor Can Save Capitalism. The Hope Doctrine on Poverty. Pull it up on the internet, tape it on your wall, give it to everybody you know. This is the definition of poverty. This is the real definition of poverty. Nothing to do with money. So, low self-esteem, low confidence, half of poverty. Role models. I just talked about the book, The Tipping Point. Malcolm Gladwell, University of Illinois study proved that at 5% role models, every community stabilizes. Why am I a businessman? My daddy was. Why do I love myself? My mother told me to. We're role modeling. We're all role modeling. Went to Macon, Georgia, young ladies fighting over a housing unit that her mother lived in, her grandmother lived in, and she is demanding from the public housing authority they give her that dang on housing unit. She's not demanding to become a homeowner. She's not demanding to get jobs and opportunities. She's not demanding to get an education. She's not demanding to get a better pay based on more competency. No, she's demanding to live in a public housing complex. That's Benjamin Mays, Dr. King's mentor in the civil rights movement, said that the greatest sin was not failure, it's low aim. So we need to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. She's running fast at a brick wall. So we need better role models, and then we need a better environment. And that's really what I was hinting about earlier. Like, I'm not jamming up on this lady. I'm saying that I see this stuff too often, and we take it, and we assume that things are normal. Like a check casher next to a payday loan lender, next to a renter-owned store, next to a title lender, next to a liquor store. And we think that's normal. It's not normal. It's what they do in our neighborhoods, but it's not normal. You're being, to quote Malcolm X, you're being pimped, you're being bamboozled, you're being tricked, you're being played upon. And it's what we don't know that we don't know that's killing us, but we think we know. And then some of us are too full of pride to admit we don't have the answer, so we just get angry and say it's a rigged game, and we're not going to participate, which means they really do win. And now you're in the real slavery. I did a video called The Real Slavery. It's got almost 1 million views. Check it out. And yeah, a whole bunch of folks upset with me for talking about the elephant in the room. But nobody has a solution beyond the anger, which means the anger has no purpose. Environment. I've already said it. You hang around 9 broke people, you'll be the 10th. You hang around 9 negative people, you'll be the 10th. You hang around 9 dropouts, you'll be the 10th. But if you hang around 9 people who've bought a home, which I'm encouraging you to do, you're likely to be the 10th. You hang around 9 people who want to be entrepreneurs or small business owners. We don't even know that the word is in our neighborhood. The word entrepreneur is like a foreign language, like talking Russian, right? That needs to be a common knowledge in our home households, because if you're running a household with too much month at the end of your money, guess what? You are an entrepreneur. Around it, over through it, you got to get to it. You got to create solutions that are creative. You got to figure out which bill to pay and all that kind of stuff. You need to have an entrepreneurial, can-do, make-it-work mindset. Aspiration. Aspiration is a code word for hope. Now listen to me. The most dangerous person in the world is a person with no hope. You're not a victim. You're not a victim. You're a victor. You may not have any money, but you're not poor. There's a difference between being broke and being poor. Being broke is economic, but being poor is a disabling frame of mind, a depressed condition of your spirit. And you must vow never, ever, ever to be poor again. There's a difference between being broke and being poor. I'm not saying you don't have real problems. I'm not saying that you're not broke and toe up and that you don't have real stresses. I know you do. I know you do. I respect that. I respect what that lady was going through today. But the only way you're going to get over that is to not accept that as your lot in life. And just simply say, I made a mistake, but I'm not a mistake. I'm God's child, and God don't make dirt. In fact, I'm a king or a queen or a CEO or an entrepreneur or a leader or an investor yet to be born. The most dangerous person in the world is a person with no hope. There's a difference between being broke and being poor. I'm saying it again. To be broke is economic. Being poor is a disabling frame of mind, a depressed condition of your spirit, and you must vow never, ever, ever to be poor again. Or as Reverend Murray, Cecil Chip Murray told me at First Aid Me Church, it's not what people call you, it's what you answer to that's important. And never answer out of your name. And to argue with a fool proves there are two. You call me a nigger, a boy, a punk, a spigot. I am not turning around. That's not my name. It had nothing to do with me. It's okay if you don't like me. I like me. You don't define me. Your perception of me doesn't define me. I define me. And you can't eradicate poverty until you can first take your life back. Opportunity. So this is important now, right? So I don't have a glass in front of me, but yes, I do. All right, so this is my water bottle. Drink as much water as you can during the day, by the way. It's my water bottle. Thank you, Natasha, for encouraging me to drink water. It's my water bottle. Now, is that half full or half empty? If anybody around you said half empty, run. Divorce them, break up with them, kick them out your house, get them an apartment, pay for it, ask for a transfer out of the unit you're in. If they say that's half empty, get out of their environment. Remember I said, whatever you hang around, you will become. That's a half full glass, not a half empty glass. It's the same glass cup, but it depends. What you see depends on where you sit. It's how you see a thing that defines a thing. So here's poverty, folks. If you have low self-esteem and low confidence, you've got crappy role models in a crappy environment. If you lost hope, you don't see opportunity anywhere. You see the glass is half empty, not as half full. You're not skeptical, you're cynical. You believe that the world is already scheming against you. Everything's already hooked, booked, and devised, and the world is all conspired against you. Now you're a victim. You got a reason, an excuse not to take care of that kid, a reason, an excuse not to take care of your home, a reason, excuse not to get a job, reason, excuse not to go look for a job, reason, excuse not to go to school, reason, excuse not to pay back your student loans, reason, excuse because why you got arrested had nothing to do with the TV was in your hand, somebody else put it in your hand. The reason, it had nothing to do with the fact that you murdered somebody or beat up somebody or stole a car. No, that's racism. No, that was you stealing a car. And take responsibility. I stole something. I stole crayons when I was 9. I still remember it. I will never do it. Luckily, I had somebody who scared me straight at what was called Thrifties back then in Compton. They said I was going to prison and all that kind of stuff. I said, okay, that's enough for me. But I was lucky, right? I had good role models. I had people around me who saved me, and we can do that for our people. We can become the change we want to see in the world. So we need a business plan. But this is a multi-part deal here, right? I'm going to do a multi-part series on this business plan piece. I did take part 1. I'm going to tell you, if you have a choice between renting or owning, you want to own a home. You can own a home with the same cost of rent, right? But the home gives you home interest, write-offs. It gives you all kind of benefits that renting does not. It gives you pride of ownership and dignity, and it gives you a hedge fund against poverty to build equity. They're selling homes here, pieces of property in Atlanta here at $15,000 in the 8th largest economy in the country, and the economy is going to do nothing but go up. They're selling homes in Detroit for $2,000. They aren't growing any more land, but we're paying $100 for tennis shoes, right? Where's our business plan? Don't go buy the kid another Nintendo. Get him a share of stock, or her a share of stock. Frame it, put it on the wall. You can sell it later, but frame it, put it on the wall. Give them an aspirational thing to look at. We need to change our habits, change our mentality, stop accepting this low expectations and stop expecting, stop talking like a 25-year-old grandmother is normal. And we need to start demanding from our elected officials a real policy agenda to empower us. We don't need a handout, we need a hand up. Okay, I've been talking for a long time. I'm just framing this thing. We need a generation of entrepreneurs. Well, first of all, we need jobs. There are no skyscrapers in inner city neighborhoods, so don't expect IBM and Apple and all these places to come save you, and the government don't have enough jobs to save you. So that's not going to do it. The only way you're going to create jobs in an inner city is to create them yourself through home ownership, entrepreneurship, and small business creation. My power's going out here, but as you see, I'm not moving away from you, and it's coming back. So entrepreneurship and small business creation, we need to be obsessed about education, because education is the ultimate poverty eradication tool. When you know better, you do better. We need to be obsessed with reading. You see, my library here is lined with books, right? We need to be obsessed with financial literacy, the language of money. We need to be obsessed with ownership, even if it's a $10 share stock. You can go buy a fractional stock these days. I'll do a piece on investment, but you just need, your family, right, needs a business plan. Our community needs a business plan. What's your plan? Okay, let's take some questions and see if people are telling me off. See what the reactions are. So Lyon Simpson, what are the risks for buying the properties? That's another. I did a whole piece on inner city real estate. Lyon, it's part of this. Lynn, I'm sorry, check that out. Bonita Crummel, Bonita from North Carolina. I'm the person that will become successful, Mr. Bryan, and I'm glad you told me how to start my small catering business. I had no money, but people love my food, and so look out. There you go. Irish Watson, Plan A and Plan B. Amen, Iris. Tony Gentry, love the videos. Thank you. Sean Crittenden, can you do a segment for beginning entrepreneurship and tips to tackle the challenges we face along the way? Yes, I can do that. I'll add that in my list. Sean Wiles, Sheila Nunes, investment for future wealth for generations. Yes, I'll work on that. LaShawn Crook, Mary from Alaska. Yes, we can. We can become the change we want to see in the world. Love Smith, love the mindset. John, keep pushing information out. I will. Nicole Rice, yes. Hinton, I hope that a half full high alkaline bottle of water. Yes, I think so. We are so busy going against each other. Yes, we become experts in what we are against versus becoming experts in what we're for. So far too many of us have accepted that we're victims, and I'm not gonna allow that. We're not victims. We have been beat up and beat down, but as I said, racism is like rain. It's either falling someplace or it's gathering. So you might as well get out an umbrella and the color you like and start strolling through it, because it's not going to change. So you must. You are in charge of. You are the CEO of your life. And capital comes from the Latin root word capitas, which means knowledge in the head. So your mentality about your life is everything about your life. And be careful how you live your life. It may be the only Bible anybody else reads. The kids are looking at you for who they're going to be. All right? Sonny DeAndre, I always learn a lot. Please keep posting. I need to learn more about how to bring my credit up. Okay, go to 700 Credit Score Communities at Operation Hope. Hope 700 Credit Score Communities. Go to operationhope.org. Sign up to a local program in the local community. Knowledge shared by King. Oh, thank you. You know, I should have given that lady information on Operation Hope. That's what I should have done. I should have given her a brochure and given her my card and told her to call my office. Yeah, thank you, guys. That's what I should have done. Set her up for the next shift in her life. Calvin Williams, Dave Cameron, Frederick Snyder, the Snyder Group, LLC. Bonita Crummel, Teresa Hill, my friend left society off the grid. You motivated him to try again. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. Hope I didn't scare you. But I get excited about that. My friend left society, Teresa Hill said. Off the grid. Checked out. I'm done. You motivated him, she says, to try again. That's it, right? Take your life back. That's right. Damian Pickens, Tori Gaddy. Amen. I'm a queen who will not accept a poor mindset. That's an African name. Minsindisi Mofu. And I believe that's South African. I think she's from South Africa. Pierre Robinson. Einstein said you cannot solve a problem at the same level it was created. We keep thinking that the world's governments are the solution to our problems, so we go through the cycle of voting. Well, we got to vote. Particularly with Donald Trump, bro. You got to vote. There's only one logical answer, right? And you got to vote. And I'll tell you who to vote for, but it's not Donald Trump. But government's not going to solve your problems. They can create an infrastructure, and a system, and a process. Let me tell you, politics came from landowners in the agrarian age who became politicians and created public policy to protect their individual property rights. So government government was motivated from those who owned land in the agricultural age. We, black folks, got it backwards because, well, that's a whole other story, but we got it back. We think that government came first. No, No, and as a result of that, all of our policy perspectives are, around entitlements. No, ownership came first, and then you voted to protect your ownership. We don't vote because we don't have enough things to own, and then those who want to pimp you win. Okay, Jay Harden, preach, brother. Avery Gaddis, Angela Warren, you are full of passion and feeling that. Yes, I am. I got really frustrated, and then people got frustrated with me for being hard on our people, and that's okay. I mean, but I keep saying, look. So what's the plan? You don't like my plan? What's your plan? What do you suggest we do? What we've been doing for 40 years has not worked. Being a victim does not work. Being negative does not work. Hating whitey or blackie or Latino or Asian or yourself does not work. Saying I'm done or I can't handle it does not work. Having babies when you don't know how to take care of them does not work. I mean, stealing a TV because you're hungry does not work. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you, look, I may not be right, but I know I'm not wrong. Tim Burt, transformational is changing my mindset. It starts with asking the hard question. Keep challenging us. I'm a greater husband, father, leader, and entrepreneur because of you. Oh, thanks, man. I love you too, Tim. Jerry Davis, I'm not mad at you. Love you. Ebony Young, real talk. Okay, so a lot of comments here. Corliss, Sergio Ward, go ahead, brother. Jazz Edmondson. I don't want to take this too long. I'm going to keep doing, if you tell me to, I'll keep doing these series on the business plan for Black America. I'm going to be dealing with everybody, rural white America, empowering them. I'm going to be dealing with my Latino brothers and sisters. I'm going to be dealing with a women's series. I'm going to be dealing with mainstream middle-class Americans. Middle-class folks are hurting and too ashamed to admit that they're hurting. Andrew Young said that men and women fail for 3 reasons: arrogance, pride, and greed. I'm going to be dealing with the wealthy and how they need the poor to do better, if only to stay wealthy. We're all in this mess together. I'm going to be dealing with the Middle East. I'm going to be dealing with Europe, Africa. I'm going to go all around the world, bringing you 50 years of me living on this earth, going to 100 countries, building a company from nothing, from Compton, California, South Central LA, home on 6 months of my life, high school education, GED degree. I had a GED degree, which Chris Rock calls a good enough diploma. And look at me now. It's all God, helped by my own hustle. I didn't have the magic of compounded interest, so I had to have the magic of compounded hustle. It always amazes me when people say, oh, he's got a silver spoon in his mouth, or he was born, or look at all he's got. I built everything you see. I paid for everything you see. I paid taxes on everything you see. I've done it all legally, within the framework. I read the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. I read the financial literacy books. I understood banking in the system and decided to play it better than the architects who wrote it. And that's it. And you can do it too. I love you much. I love you much. I love you enough to talk to you straight. I'm going to keep talking to you straight. This is a Straight Talk series on civil rights. I'm John Hope Bryant. Go get the book, How the Poor Can Save Capitalism. Everybody said I talk so fast. I'm trying to slow it down. We can do this. We can take our communities back. Peace out.